There's a theory, an idea called organised chaos, and I'm a great one believer in that. Like the Big Bang, that allegedly created this society and all of that, because there was a massive explosion, and out of it comes some sort of an organisation. And that is true. There's a lot of things where they do, like the Brixton riots and things like that. And I was around those times. I was coming out and I was living in the 1980s. And I've just been watching a TV series from way from the past called Our Friends in the North. And they're doing the miners' strike. And I can remember being around at that time, around London and things like that. And my life was very chaotic. I was free a lot. I had a lot of freedom in myself. I was living wherever I liked, and I was trying to be a young man. You know, I think I turned 18, 19 in 84, and I was trying to live in this world. By then I was 100% convinced I was an alien. And it was a time of so much deprivation. And I mean, real deprivation. I mean, you know, every news report, unemployment, nuclear war, unemployment, nuclear war. And that's all it seemed to be. And, you know, we had the whole situation in Northern Ireland. That was another one. Northern Ireland, unemployment, nuclear war, and shit like that. I think we'd been to the Falklands as well, and stuff like that. And I would start to see things come out of this. You know, every traveller site, every squat, every drinking circle, every drug den, there was at least one ex-armed forces or a bunch of Irish that had to leave Ireland. There was so many people on the scene I was in that I had to leave Ireland, or I had to get out. I just got out. It was so intense. And these times were mad as hell. And we had someone, you know, you had the National Front, British movement kicking off with, you know, all sorts of things. And, you know, it is. And, you know, it made a lot of people hard and very brutal. And these times, and this life, if you want to call it, and at the time, Britain had been flooded with smack, and I mean, it was everywhere. Everybody was doing it in the circle. I was, you know, it was special brew and smack, and it really was. And there was these, my generation, Generation X, they called it, of these young kids that were just lost. We were lost. And we didn't know what to do. We had no one telling us what to do and how to do it. Our parents didn't understand us and didn't want to know. They were messed up in their own worlds. You know, yeah, my parents grew up during the Second World War. My dad was 8, I think, when the war finished. He never saw his dad. So we had all this perpetual stuff going on. And as a working class man, and my dad, we just drifted. And there was this big thing about parents and the children. And there was no guidelines. There was nothing. There was nothing to help us. People were coming and going. You know, this is pre-AIDS as well. This is pre-AIDS and all of that. And it was a time that left a scar on many people's life, myself. And it really did. And I mean, I had no reason to even be here. And that's why I lived like I did. And I've lived like that for many years, till I got off the street drugs in 2012 and then the medication in 2014. And it's still difficult. It's still difficult. Being diagnosed autistic at 43 was just, you know, and that's my generation. We were lost. And I mean, just lost. And I'm getting it back. And a lot of my generation didn't make it. And they still haven't made it. And we need to know and understand, and really understand, and people need to understand this world we're going into now, this unemployment, inflation, all sorts of stuff. We've been in it. And I just say to all of you, all the young out there thinking about, yeah, I'm going to get on with my life, brace yourself. The reality is going to kick in very, very shortly. And the reality, I hope, not like mine. Because there wasn't no. I looked in that door, I went through that door, it had reality on it, and I went through it, and it was a dark, empty room. And I'm concerned. And I'm very concerned about our young. You can survive it. You can. And for my generation, if you're still here, well done.